Hey guys, this is Mohit. I've graduated from the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering 2017 with my majors in aeronautics. For the past 2 years, I've been working at Tech Mahindra in different roles. But right now, I'm a cybersecurity consultant. So in this video, I'll be covering my placement experience in the on-campus selection, my work experience at Tech Mahindra, and the growth opportunities in Tech Mahindra and beyond. And finally, but importantly, the work life. Back in 2016, when I appeared for the Tech Mahindra placement, it consisted of a qualifier test, a GD round, and then 2 sets of personal interviews, one technical and one HR. So the test consists of 2 sections, verbal and quant. For verbal, obviously you need to go with Neha ma'am's classes, and I'm pretty sure you'll crack it. For quant, of course, you need to do a lot of practice with these math and logic problems, and it is very easy to cross by. And now this is a qualifier test. Why I say that is because once you qualify this test, there is no maximum score or minimum one. You qualify this test and you will be proceeding to the next round, which is GD. So after the group discussion, you will be taken to the technical round if you qualify, of course. And then in the technical round, you will be asked basics about C, C# and Java if you've opted for that. And again, if you're a computer science or ECE student, you'll be asked similar questions about your subject. But then if you're not, you'll be asked questions related to your branch. In the HR round, I remember I had a funny question. He asked me, why do you want to join an IT software services company when you are an aeronautical engineering? And I had a first class degree by that time. So I had to answer this question. This is a very tricky one, you guys. If you do face, you'll have to think of an answer that would convince the HR so that you'll get the job. So firstly, don't mention that you have plans for your masters, even if you do, because firstly, people who do their masters will quit the company somewhere in the future. So people don't want to recruit someone who's not very sticky to the company. And to answer his question, I started with some facts. I said that half of Indian exports are the ITES service industry. And I also wanted to work for the Indian economy. Now this has certainly put his attention to me. So if you're asked this question where, okay, you're a mechanical, aeronautical, civil engineer, and why would you want to join an ITES company? And this is a question where you will be required to research about the company a little more. This is a tricky one again because an ITES service doesn't mean software only. Now I've been part of Tech Mahindra in different roles, and one of my roles was mechanical design. So I knew that I could be put into mechanical design after my selection into Tech Mahindra. So this can actually influence the HR's opinion on you, that you're prepared. So post my selection into Tech Mahindra, I was required to do some modules, and this phase is called Learn From Home. Now these guys will provide you modules which has basic industry agnostic skills like Java, SQL, and SDLC. In Tech Mahindra, after you join, you'll be called as the ELTP, and there will be a training which is termed as Elite. Now this is a 6-month intensive training program for freshers from engineering colleges. You'll be put into batches, and from the day you join, you guys will be expected to learn a lot of stuff. Now this can include business communication. This has basic IT skills. Like any other service company, Tech Mahindra caters to different verticals. Now these verticals are different industries that Tech Mahindra offers its services to. Now these can range from oil and gas to energy and utilities to engineering services and aerospace. Post the training, I was put into a business unit called Integrated Engineering Services. Now Tech Mahindra has different business units. Now based on your vertical and the work style, these are different business units which are defined on the work that you do. Now engineering services, cloud-based services has a business unit. Now enterprise security and risk management is a business unit. So anything work related will be put as a business unit, and you will be put into a specific business unit based on your background and your training competency. Now you might have a question where you'll ask, do I get to choose the role that I want to get into? Now this is a very it's a very specific question, because firstly you can, but then there are rules to it. When you get the basic training and when you route, you'll be automatically assigned to a business unit. Now in the business unit there are a limited set of roles that you can get into. Now don't keep your hopes down, because once you get into the roles, you can spend maybe anything from 6 months to 1 year into the role and then choose the role that you want to get into. But to a point to note is, you have to get the skills required for the role that you want to be put into, and that is totally upon you. So post my training, I was put into a mechanical design role, where I was supposed to work with a client based out of US, which produces turbines. Now this is a very generic name. I give you a hint there, and because I'm not supposed to talk about the client. Now after this, I've realized that there is so much of scope in cloud and infrastructure services. So I wanted to get there. Right, that was my call to get into business services. And now from a technical guy, I wanted to transition into a business role. Now this could happen because fortunately in Tech Mahindra you can choose your career path, and that was possible with me. And I shifted to something called the infrastructure and cloud services. And in ICS, I focused on giving access management to a client based in Sweden. So for a while I've done this, and then I came across a industry. I think this is probably the only company in the industry which provides a program like this, where people with less than 6 years of experience can join the program, and with 5 months of training, you will be totally prepared to take on roles which include sales, marketing, pre-sales, strategy, and leadership. This program is called Achievers in the Making, AIM. Now I knew about this program before I joined Tech Mahindra, and I knew that it will require me maybe 1 year of experience in the industry to get to know some basics and how things work in the industry as in general, and then I can go ahead and apply for this program and transition myself into a strategy sales management guy without an MBA. Now this is a very huge opportunity for people who are interested there, and of course there is also at least 3 times the pay that you get as a fresher once you're out of the program. The AIM training itself was pretty phenomenal. I think this is a program where you not only transform your skills professionally, but you'll become a different person overall. So because these guys make you do things that are that are self-developing. Post my AIM training, I was deployed into ESRM, Enterprise Security and Risk Management, where I am a cybersecurity consultant. What I'll be needing to do is for the UK and MEA, for the UK, Middle East and Africa regions, I'll be talking to the account managers of these regions and generating more business into cybersecurity solutions that we have at Tech Mahindra. My experience before the AIM program was really good. I would appreciate it because I had very flexible timings. There was no point in time where I had to go to the office on time. I had to be present there for 9 hours, stipulated 9 hours. Generally what happens in companies is you have to swipe in at a stipulated time and then you have to swipe out. It never happened with me, at least for my role, that I had to work for 9 hours. I hardly used to stay for 4 to 5 hours because the work itself was very flexible, and that was a very good point about Tech Mahindra in general. But then this is a very generic statement when I say the timings are flexible, because in some cases if you're put into a service desk or a purely support role, you will be expected to do 9 hours. But it is way better than my previous company. I worked for Cognizant for 2-3 months, which I'll cover in another video, so you guys can know that how to choose the work culture. Apart from this, the people that you meet are from all over India. You'll get a lot of exposure in knowing about cultures from India, and eventually, of course, the world, because you'll be expected to work with clients around the world. And overall, it's been pretty amazing. I've been part of different companies before, but Tech Mahindra has won my heart. Talking about work-life balance in Tech Mahindra, it's been pretty amazing. In fact, because there is so much of focus on employee engagement, and there is this dedicated employee engagement forum called Josh, where you will be expected to do fun activities, and the tagline itself is called "We take fun seriously." And apart from that, there are sports activities that if you're interested in you can join the intra IBU, intra business unit sports competitions, and then there is a riders club. If you're I myself I'm a part of the riders club, and then you can continue your hobbies. Tech Mahindra takes care of its employees overall growth. Now I myself being a writer, I'm an editor of the Hyderabad Location Council magazine. You guys might have a question, why is the CTC ranging only from 3 to 4 and not higher? And now to think about this question, see, you don't have to think about CTC right now. All you have to think about is learn and build a proper career for yourself. And if you do have a chance to work with Tech Mahindra or interview for it, I'd say just go for it.